Welcome everybody to the Onward VR Master League. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's, and I will be your caster for this evening's matchup. It is a barn burner. Hopefully not for that of one of the teams, Animal House. It's a gold versus diamond matchup, Animal House versus G-Men. G-Men are going to have to burn the barn if they want to be able to take down this fully functioning squad. Over on Animal House, they have Green Theft Auto, F. Lipinski, Steven, Wicked Hex, and Will-O-Wisp. And on G-Men, with some new additions, they have Biggie Smalls, 404, Leo Marvin, Swooty, The Man, Brass to Mouth, Zach Fontaine, and Miracle Dev. Recently being added on as the final addition to that roster, so to speak. So they are a very strong team. I don't know if Miracle Dev is cleared to play yet for G-Men, but I do know he is officially on that team. So the roster is looking very, very strong. They have some great new additions there. Curious to see how they will be faring up against this Animal House team today. Taking a look at the records for the overall, they've only played a handful of times, most recently in Season 7. So it has been quite some time since they've squared away. Take a look at G-Men's match history for this this season. We're 6 weeks in. This is Season 8, Week 6. G-Men are on a bit of a win streak here after taking a couple of big wins from Space Force and SMC Tactical. They've gone uncast and a bit under the radar with that 2-game win streak, and so here they are up against Animal House, back onto our radar, so to speak. So we will dive into the quick pick bans, because both squads are about to be readying up. Hopping over to G-Men's ban, it does look like we have Suburbia taken out of the picture, so don't expect to see the close quarters shooting of, oh, that's the pick, sorry. Don't be expecting to see the close quarters shooting of Suburbia through the hedges. We also have Downfall being banned, so both opposing sides here getting picked up. I'm not quite this is going to be a fun map pool. Cargo, Subway, Quarantine, Bazaar, and Tanker, and we are going to start things off on to Bazaar. You just give me a minute to make sure I have everything in order. We may be joined shortly by my co-caster, Sleepy. He was scheduled to be joining me on this match. I think he might have thought it was a little bit scheduled for a little bit later, but he should be popping in here at any moment. I'll let him know to just drop in when he's ready. And we are about to drop in right now because Animal House and G-Men are all in the lobby. 404, The Man, Zach Fontaine, Brass to Mouth, and Swooty, the active roster for G-Men today. And Animal House, obviously, with only 5 available, are going with their 5 strong. Hopefully Sleepy can get in here before round 1, but they are all in lobby, ready to go. I do look forward to this matchup. I'm not sure really what to expect. I do anticipate G-Men to put on a good showing, though. They are on that win streak. Hey. There he is, our co-caster. He's joined us for, well, he might be here in time before this first round starts. We do still have The Man and Swooty patiently waiting to ready up before they fire things up. And while we sort these tech difficulties, we'll swing you over to a bit of a waiting room here while we try and sort things out and get everything in order. Looks like we have our technical difficulties sorted. For those just tuning in, we haven't started up the Animal House and G-Men matchup yet, but my co-caster Sleepy with 2 threes has joined us. Sleepy, how are you today?
I'm doing well, NightFiree. A little behind schedule though, apparently.
Say okay.
Some wires crossed in my head, so I was about 30 minutes behind schedule. So I was just finishing up my dinner, but happy to be here. Glad to be getting in on a Friday night fight this week.
Oh yeah.
A little bit of a light week last week. NightFiree and I casting a lot for Final Assault over on that side of the VRML. That's going to be wrapping up this weekend over the next couple of days. So will be a lot more available for Onward over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, been really exciting times, but very, very tiring, NightFiree?
Yeah, a lot of casting going on, which is good. It's a good time to be covering all the VRML esports.
Yeah.
And just to quickly go over the pick bans, because I know you missed them, we do have the ban on Suburbia and a ban on Downfall. I think Suburbia was Animal
G-Men ban?
Let me double check. Yes, G-Men banned Suburbia, and Animal House banned Downfall. And we don't have to wait to get into the map pick, which was Bazaar, as we dive into round 1. A very Animal House cheer there. I don't know if you were tuned into that.
No, I think I just caught the end of it. I heard the woo
well,
from a distance.
You're lucky you missed the rest of it. Family-friendly stuff coming out of the Animal House team. That's what you can expect here, people.
Never anything less than I expected.
We have 2 rotating across that south side. They'll be probably engaging on the corner. Lipinski and Wicked sort of just holding up here in the center Bazaar, making sure no one's getting too aggressive on G-Men's side. And they do look pretty posted up. The most forward-facing one is 404 here. Maybe running into some action with Malno in time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that one unfolds. Will Mano will he backtrack and go through that courtyard there, or will he try and avoid it? Because he looks like he's definitely more focused on those north pallets and trying to check that northern cross at the street, which fortunately for him, he could actually go that way and not have too much in his way, at least until he gets to the corner. But he could slink right by 404, but how has he not seen 404 is the question here.
He's tucked in. 404 is just low enough. He's beneath that barrier, so as long as 404 doesn't stand up, he's fine. But as soon as 404 gets an inkling, maybe he'll hear these Malno footsteps, and he should. Doesn't pop up. Malno so disciplined here. He's just going to hold the angle. Nice pickup for 404. Played it so incredibly patiently. Just didn't pop up when he heard the footsteps. He had the opportunity. Probably would have traded there if he did. And instead opts to slowly peek the corner, catching one off guard for Animal House. Now his position is exposed. Wicked Hex probably a little bit concerned about his flank.
Yeah, and if he wasn't, I would be worried about Wicked Hex, because that is definitely not a good thing you want to hear, and is an AK weapon going off behind you at a relatively close range. I mean, granted, he doesn't know that technically 404 is not really a threat unless he moves, but it's definitely an unnerving feeling when you thought you guys had kind of secured everything, but it looks like Animal House might be trying to go on some sort of attack, or at least blot out the eyes of the enemy. And firefight will go on in the western street, but Zach Fontaine will find the headshot onto Will-O-the-Wisp, and now he's got Wicked Hex looking for the refrag around the corner, but looks like he'll be shot here just about any time now.
How is he not getting spotted through that window position from brass to mouth? Somehow going unnoticed with the crouch. Zach Fontaine exchanging a few more shots, and Wicked does try to drop back but gets shot. Now 404 here in the back end as Zach Fontaine finds another. Animal House with only 1 left alive now to 5 G-Men. It's all up to F. Lipinski on this backside.
You're absolutely right, and I'm not sure if he's aware or if he's going to be conscious, but he's going to need to check this corner, because the man is sitting right there just waiting for him, waiting to spring the trap on him. He's got a great angle. Should be any time now. The man should start to see F. Lipinski. If F. Lipinski doesn't do anything, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The man takes down F. Lipinski, and the G-Men grab their first round here on map 1 against Animal House.
A really nice starting round for G-Men. What an incredibly strong hold coming out of them. Even kill spread across the board. Zach Fontaine picking up 2, but man, they did not give any room for Animal House there on that approach.
No, they really didn't. They kind of shut down all avenues and lanes. While they might have given up something here, they took it away there. You know what I mean? Like, so they didn't have somebody watching really far along down the north lane, right? But with that, they had more of a boxed-in defense on the objective. The only one really far out and aggressive was 404. Other than that, a well-reserved, well-defended objective.
That puts G-Men up 1 on Bazaar. Nice start for them. We'll see how Animal House defend, though. You know how that Volk objective, that Volk advantage goes, and you could very well see another 5-0 trade on Animal House's side this time if they defend and hold those tight angles. We'll see just how they do it as we get to round number 2 of map 1.
And a mirrored spawns as well, so we'll see exactly how G-Men would have fared in that exact same situation, given the same spawn and the same objective.
No team chant coming out
No
of G-Men,
dirty team chants.
Yeah. Wonder if that's the real deciding factor. A super similar approach, though. Swooty here taking up the middle lane, watching Bazaar, the man as well. The only difference being Animal House have not opted to send one in an advanced position. They're all kind of staying tucked in, waiting for those angles to be crossed. Green Theft really actually the only one looking, trying to catch anything out. He's actually getting a little bit risque with this rotation here.
Yeah, Wicked Hex has got a relatively open position, but a nice sight line, and it would be very hard to spot at that range. He's laid up here right next to the northern dumpster, right by the trash bags, and he's got a very long sight line down that north street. Be interesting, and the man, I think, is who that was. No, it's 404 pushing the north. May have to encounter that, may have to counter that, and I'm not sure if he can, because it's going to be really tough to see Wicked Hex in that spot.
Solid hold on the north there. These players do tend to look towards that garbage truck area, though, so...
Yeah, it's a pretty commonly checked spot. It's just kind of an abstract place in that spot that I'm not used to seeing so much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, most decide to...
stand up behind the dumpster or peek the crack in the backside. Oh, there we go. There's the sights and the shots. Man, I can't say S words today from Wicked Hex taking down 404, and he's going to return the favor on the man who gave the favor in the first round against his team. And he'll give Animal House the advantage here of 5-4 here with just about a minute and 45 into the round.
Starting it off just like G-Men started off their defensive round. Green Theft positioned here to potentially pounce onto Swooty if he's not ready for this forward position. Swooty, though, does have wall coverage. Look at this little... I wonder if he's... Oh, I was going to say, I wonder if he's going to stay on top of that TV crouched there in that corner. Maybe a nade coming in from Swooty. What does he have available? Smoke, and I think that's it. He is the LMG. Suppressive fire. He should be actually a little bit farther back, you'd think, able to assist anyone forward pushing here, but he's going to be the advanced man and be in touch with Green Theft shortly.
Very shortly indeed. Crouching Tiger, sneaking Swooty. Green Theft's going to get greedy, but no! I thought Swooty was going to come out on top there, but he doesn't. Green Theft walks right out, shoots Swooty in the face, and gives Animal House yet some more man advantage here as they go up 5-3 now on the map.
Green Theft doing a great job of utilizing this new addition to this room. The shelf here peeked out. He's able to tuck himself into this corner after those shots, repositions himself, but not too far off. So if anybody comes looking for the refrag or the revive or scavenge, he's able to peek out and get another kill. So he may just sit there, camp that body for a bit, wait to see if anybody rotates over there, but doubt that's going to happen. Everybody else that's alive on G-Men's side is all the way south. Zach Fontaine, Brass to Mouth, and the man.
Yeah, G-men aren't going to make the mistake, I feel, excuse me, of rushing towards Swooty and kind of running into a trap to be laid by Green Theft, because they're a very intelligent team. Like they kind of check off all the boxes as they go along, right? And so they know that he's dead. They're not going to go attempt to revive someone because they know he's dead. And Brass to Mouth will find a nice down onto Will-O-the-Wisp. He's not going to be able to get those confirmation shots in, though, because Willow's fallen behind a wall that he just can't see behind. So unfortunately for him, he will have to pull back without getting the confirmation, and the res will come out just a few seconds later from Mano.
Now, it did give away his position in the south. Does force out utility. One nade from Volk. So the drop back there, a wise decision, as that nade may have caught him out, but he's going to decide to come back to this angle. And revisiting angles, especially after fragging somebody that's been there already, that's now rezzed. A very risky maneuver here. We'll see if he can catch anybody, maybe by surprise, because they're not expecting him here to revisit this spot again. Smokes coming in from G-Men. Do get two across the street. Brass to Mouth does catch out Green Theft Auto. Now shots coming in from Willow. Do find out Brass, so a nice refrag there. And the res is available as Zach Fontaine does confirm that, so no res coming in here. Shots ringing in towards Zach and the man as they decide to drop back into mini courtyard. Not a lot of time left. 45 seconds on the clock. Wicked finds one, and now it's all up to the man in a 1v4. Very similar situation to Animal House on their offense as Lipinski catches him from that blue room, and Animal House, it's a nice answer back on defense. Tied up 1-1.
Sure enough, those two early picks really seemed to do it for him. It really put him in the advantage in the early part of the round, and then G-Men were stuck kind of reeling for the rest of the round. And as we saw, they're running almost out of time. The man getting stuck pincered between a bunch of remaining defenders because, let's face it, only one member of Animal House died there. And yeah, it was just unfortunate. So a great round by Animal House, a way to answer back. And so far, we're trading both rounds.
Both teams really sort of feeling each other out, maybe trying to put in, I was going to say quicker pace strategies, but we were down to the wire on time there with G-Men's approach.
Oh yeah, definitely. Some seconds, and with only one, that's tough, like 3 or 4 people up still. 44 seconds to crash in and make sure and secure the objective with no repercussions. That's a tall order.
Started off with the pick, but this just wasn't enough as they all kind of started to fall, going through that smoke. Brass going first, definitely. The chain reaction there. If Brass had stayed up and managed to catch out the Willow again, I think it would have been a bit of a different story. But a nice hold from Animal House, and now we'll see if the teams decide to maybe try and coordinate something a little bit more here. We didn't see any smoke plays really coming out there. Just at the end, those 2 smokes coming in from G-Men, but that's it, really. We did see some smokes from Animal House as well on their approach, but not like a thick bed of smokes to cover across or anything like that. Maybe we'll see something like that on this objective as we dive into round number 3 on map 1.
Whoever shot their gun to the rhythm of shave and a haircut, I really hate you for not completing the musical phrase. Thank you. Just wanted that to be known.
I heard it over the Volk side, so they are to blame.
Yeah, it was the G-Men. It was the G-Men. I watched it happen. I just don't know which of them it actually was. Early shots ringing out from the center street, though, from Animal House. But 404 is going to find the perpetrator. Will-O-the-Wisp is going to go down early, and Animal House will take the man deficit just a few seconds in.
Ooh, 404 almost getting punished there, not really tucking in after those shots. Always got to be expecting somebody to be looking at you after you give away a position like that up in that 2-story. So he's fortunate he didn't get picked there by Lipinski, who did take some shots up through that window into the 2-story.
Yeah, and another thing to remember with the defenders, you know, wearing those black uniforms against those yellow backlit rooms and walls, you really stick out. So when you make those crossings like the man's doing, getting a little antsy, running back and forth, checking all the various angles in that upstairs, he's quite visible, quite easy target. for the attackers to be able to not only identify but to target and execute.
Zach Fontaine and Wicked Hex opposite each other just on the fountain there. It's going to be a bit before Wicked really detects Zach Fontaine, but I would expect at least a grenade to be tossed there on the other side of the fountain.
You would think so, but at this range, I don't think it'd be smart of Wicked Hex because Zach's going to hear the pin and just stand up and shoot him, or call it and the man will stand up and shoot it. But I am interested to see who's going to see who first. Green Theft Auto puts some shots up in 404, and Wicked Hex does see Zach Fontaine's feet as he turns to react to Green Theft Auto, but now they've heard Wicked Hex Mano, and Brass to Mouth will trade. A grenade comes out from the man, but unfortunately it's thrown too far. Wicked Hex is going to stay alive.
Just barely. The man does have some sort of idea that he's there. He's not quite checking, though. He could have had the angle there onto him from the two-story as he rotates around. He's looking for him in the center, exposing himself just a bit. 404 staying tucked in, trying not to get picked by Green Theft, who has eyes on, and Swooty trying to maintain bottom floor. Here comes the push from Animal House. Pad out from Green Theft.
It could be good. Swooty's distracted right now by Wicked Hex. Wicked's gonna pick up Swooty, but 404 will find the refrag, and Green Theft Auto's on the objective. He's going for the cap, and the G-Men have no idea what's going on.
Why isn't he punching in the code? Where is he going? He didn't get close enough on the corner. He's now out there on the other side. Shots come in from the man just in time. No, they don't. Animal House with the cap.
Wow, man. Green Theft Auto, the clutch cap king right now. Just barely getting that code in right before he's executed on top of the objective. What an amazing round there from Animal House. And they take two to take the lead on the map.
Perfect move coming in there from Green Theft under the smoke there that, although not perfectly placed, was enough to distract and force rotations from that second story. So everybody went down bottom floor. Then the extra fire from that bazaar from Animal House causing too much noise distraction, so they can't even hear Green Theft sprint up to the objective and then ultimately crouch as he slow walks his way up there, and they just couldn't rotate in time to catch him on the outside of the objective there. But man, I mean, that kill was maybe a second too late.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah. Too late. Yeah. Crazy rounds, man. Crazy rounds. And like this wine that I'm sipping, such fine Onward we're getting here on this Friday night, NightFiree. I'm excited for this. Animal House taking the lead on G-Men, who have been a rock-solid team throughout the course of last season and now this season. So seeing this is quite interesting, but Animal House has picked up a few strong players as well. I mean, we can't forget, Green Theft, Mano was a strong pickup, a nice ninja capper there. You got Will-O-The-Wisp, who he might be an interesting character.
I think he is.
Is Mano a sub? Okay, maybe he is.
They haven't picked up anybody. They're the same five they have been for a while. Yeah, they haven't. So yeah, they are using a Malno there as a sub. So he's definitely obviously contributing to this Animal House synergy here, and G-Men need to refocus as we get into this fourth round. Math's tough sometimes when you have caps. We'll see how they refocus as they go on the offensive.
They will get the opposite spawn. So we will see a different kind of point of view, if you will, a different set of strategies. Now, they might run a strategy that would work similarly to what they would run from the other spawn, but I highly doubt it being G-Men.
Yeah, they're going to use...
I don't think they're going to take the unnecessary risk here.
Going to use Mini Bazaar more than they would if they had that other spawn. You can definitely opt for a different spot, and Lipinski gets caught out with a little over-aggression. That's a great start for G-Men to answer back here on this round. Green Theft here also looking for kills as Zach finds another.
2 headshots in a row, 30 seconds or less. Zach Fontaine for MVP. And I don't know what the hell just happened with that grenade in the map, but the spectator tracing just went bananas on my screen.
Brass to Mouth and Green Theft going to be in an engagement shortly here. Green Theft tucking in behind this new addition here. In the corner, Swooty does spot him. He tries to peek out. Brass to Mouth and Swooty overwhelming him with the... I wonder if he did see him, because he just said guy right here.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
And I think that's when Green Theft Auto saw Swooty and got a bit aggressive, not expecting Brass to Mouth as well. And they just double-teamed the F out of him there.
Right. Yeah, he pushed off the comms. That's definitely a typical strategy, because most times you have to let go of a hand to hit your radio, to radio in information there. So maybe he thought he had an opportunity with a one-hand-on rifle there to catch Swooty out, but the re-support from Brass to Mouth. And now they're getting close on objective. 2 left alive. Willow and Mauno. The push is coming in. Brass finds 1. Objective is not exactly safe as Willow does catch out Brass to Mouth. The cap definitely has to be on somebody's mind here as Swooty decides to slowly crawl up, pad out. Willow finds the man. He's going to try and punch in the code behind the pill here. Is Willow going to check? He's right behind him.
No, he does see it.
Oh my gosh!
They got it! Oh my god, 2 razor thin close caps back to back. What the hell is going on, NightFiree?
What was... Oh.
What? Oh my... That was a great spot though from Swooty. He really... Willow really did not see that at first. He double take that. He's like, wait, what?
To move to you know, you wonder what he's doing there because he saw Willow. He dropped the rifle, saw Willow, relied on his teammates to cause the distraction, and then purposely rotates around that pillar to just get a little extra line of sight there, and it did pay off quite a bit. Just enough to get him that 1 extra millisecond there. Again, that couldn't have been any closer again.
Nope, it really couldn't have. And yeah, again, that's the kind of play that I expect out of G-Men, and that's what I've been seeing time and time again from them. It's just, it's not so much that the play itself is smart, but how they react now to when things happen is very intelligent. Like how Swooty went about that without really causing any attention to himself, to give him, again, that millisecond of time to get that cap in under the nose of the Animal House defenders.
Wow.
It's just super intelligent play. Couldn't ask for a better game to kind of get my feet back wet again into the Onward casting. Man, this is a lot better than I would have expected. I gotta be completely honest.
Just a bit of chaos always adds for a good cast, and that's definitely what we're getting here on these cap attempts. They are very chaotic, very risky. I love seeing the teams risking it like that as we now go into the map decider with a quick spawn for Animal House on our next objective.
And I'm sure, being the zany group of characters that they are, Animal House will be looking to use some aggression off this quick spawn. But who knows?
This team always interests me. They start so loose. And now when the game really does matter, they're able to lock it in. You don't see them doing any goofy team cheers or sort of horsing around. They are definitely dialed in now, and they want to try and take this first map because the opportunity's there.
Wow, yeah, and Mano is way forward already. He's not going to make it very far, though, unless he gets Brass to Mouth, and he does manage to pick him up. Now he's going to rush in. Will he find 404? No, 404 is going to find the shots first, and Mano goes down. 1 apiece goes down for G-Men and Animal House. They're tied 4-4.
We got to keep it. We got to keep it tied. Got to keep it close, and that's what's going on right here. We have 1 for 1, and Zach Fontaine, I think, was in that position. I don't think he rotated, but it might become a little bit of a risky spot if Animal House continue this rotation along the east.
Willow's gotten in close. He's gotten risky. 404 going for the kill, but he's just not able to find it through the window. And Willow the Wisp going to pick up on it. Effelpinski follows it up with a nice pick onto the man, and quickly Animal House turn things into a very much their advantage. Swooty will pick up Willow the Wisp, though, in return. Get that confirmation as well. Animal House go down to 3.
Just out, Zach. Keep it close.
2v3. C4 detonated after 1 went down. Doesn't catch anybody out, unfortunately. Shots there from Swooty, maybe accidental. Does give away his position inside that room as he drops back. And now it's all up to Zach and Swooty with a green theft here, looking right into this room. Swooty back exposed to that potential east flank from Wicked Hex. He's got eyes over the wall there, but can't quite see it. And somehow green theft spots Zach Fontaine underneath the cement. Maybe his feet there peeking out as the rotation from Swooty doesn't pay off. An Animal House in the gunfight win the map 4-3.
Green Theft Auto boogieing down on top of the body of Swooty there. But Animal House picking up that first round. I don't want to say quite easily because it was very close, but you know, they won their rounds.
I don't know. It's very we're in a pretty bad. They lost their first round without killing a single person.
True that.
It's very back and forth. We're in a pretty even playing field, so it seems here, and we're going to be going to Cargo for even more chaos. So I think it's going to play into Animal House's hand. Honestly, G-Men, a team that has gotten very good at being slow and methodical, but they are capable of dealing with the fast, quick play and the chaos. You see them there trying to answer back with a cap of their own on Bazaar. Just not being able to hold it down on defense of all things there is a nice push from Animal House. Gets them a Marsoc win to win that map. We'll see if that trend continues for our second map, which is Cargo. If you are just tuning in, we do appreciate you hanging out. Always good to have the Onward community stopping by and watching. You may have noticed I dropped my resub using Twitch Prime. I do highly recommend, if you have a Twitch Prime sub available, toss it the way of your favorite VRML cast. But it does help support us, bring you more of this goodness. The whole squad is involved, so they all do really appreciate it, and we're always going to keep delivering Onward, high-quality Onward esports to you as long as there's people out there playing it. And it seems like there's a lot of people out there playing it and practicing it hard right now.
Sure is. Highest participation league in VR esports, sir.
Absolutely.
And the first. Just want to put that out there. There's a bit of a misconception being strewn across the internet.
See the reactions there in chat to that unbelievable cap. The angle I had on it was quite something too. You could just see his back to him the whole time as he punched in the code. Just such an unreal attempt there from G-Men to try and take that map, but ultimately it comes down to that final round, and we'll see if G-Men can take this final round as we get into a starting map number 2. They need to take this map if they want to push it to a series decider on, I don't know what it's going to be. Oh, probably Quarantine.
That's my guess too. Especially since Animal House don't have Suburbia to lean into.
And nothing too crazy from Animal House. I was maybe expecting a hard push, something aggressive, an early C4 plant, but everybody's staying pretty disciplined on the backside by objective. And with this objective, this is definitely a strat that is completely viable because you really got to push in and get in there to capture this one.
Yeah, you sure do. I am surprised that Will-O-the-Wisp not getting aggressive here. He's normally very aggressive into these center buildings on the center portion of the map there, and he's not gotten aggressive with it at all. He's staying back with the rest of his team. I wonder if Animal House are trying to play this safe now that they've got the first map. They go into second map on defensive advantage. They're thinking, hey, all we have to do is play these these defensive rounds tight, and we can walk away with map 2, close out the series, and then, you know, kick back and relax a little bit. Maybe try some new tactics against a high-level team like G-Men.
It is a smart choice.
Right?
Does make sense of why they played a bit aggressively as well. Although Animal House is known for aggression, this would definitely be a change in pace for them to slow things up here and play a tight defense on Cargo of all places. The nade comes in.
No.
Bit of a trade, though, between Brass to Mouth and Green Theft as they do start to make their exit. And look at this angle from Mauno underneath here. Zach Fontaine catches Wicked Hex. Mauno's trying to get the shield from underneath the Cargo door.
I tell you what, man, the man and Zach Fontaine are a killer threat shield and rifleman team. Slooty gonna find Will-O-the-Wisp as well, and G-Men quickly melting down this very reserved Animal House defense. Now it's a 2v4 with 4 minutes left on the clock. These defenders are gonna be sweating it out for the next 4 minutes, and that is not a good feeling. Mayno's gonna get popped by 404 on his way across and have to heal.
A lot of suppressive fire, keeping Mano tucked in there. Lipinski also staying inside objective room, which is smart, just in case anybody decides to tuck in there and try and punch in the code. A nade coming up and over, a great flash. Definitely blinds the man and Zach Fontaine, but 404 still has an angle.
That's going to be a clutch flash right there. That just stopped the cap push from happening. Swooty just takes down Mano, though, and that's not going to be good. Lipinski's all by himself. They're going to have to kill him, and they do. Zach Fontaine takes him down, and right there, already the defensive advantage that Animal House could have been trying to lean on is taken away. G-Men take the round on Marsoc to take advantage.
I think maybe that change up in play style ultimately not helping them, as they don't seem to be quite as comfortable there holding those tight angles and waiting for a team to kind of go into their play space. G-Men with 4 left alive there at the end on Marsoc. We'll see how G-Men defends this objective, though. I do anticipate Animal House putting up an equally impressive Marsoc round here, because we have been getting a great back and forth so far.
Yeah, and they're definitely no slouches on cargo. Animal House is great on the small maps, like Suburbia. They're very good on Suburbia, so I know exactly why G-Men banned that against them. So the small maps definitely favored them and their aggression. And yeah, I know they've got a lot of sneaky people. Green Theft Auto's a very sneaky and fast capper, so I'll be watching him through this next round to see where he goes, because I think he's going to be a key player in this next one if he's not taken out early for some reason or another. But yeah, I'm interested to see how Animal House runs their attack rounds here on cargo, because they are a strong team here, and I've seen them pull out some very impressive plays. So I don't know, they could actually come back and be taking the lead here if they somehow miraculously find a cap somehow.
Maybe we'll see something a la SMC with heavy smokes covering angles and Green Theft pushing in through it to go for a nice cap to try and get them that advantage they need. Because you're right, they did lose it there after taking that Volk loss. But we don't have to wait and suspect much longer. We should be diving into round number 2 of map 2. If you are just tuning in, as you saw, Animal House taking Bazaar 4-3, a couple of great caps going in, so you missed some fantastic action. But it's all right. It's still going live here. We're only into the second map. If G-Men can take it, we'll be going to a series decider for map 3, which me and Sleepy are suspecting is going to be a quarantined pick.
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, it's crazy, right? Like, we're in map 2. We've already had 2 caps already. NightFiree.
Yeah, not what you would expect out of a diamond gold matchup per se. Much more poking and prodding is what I would be anticipating out of the start of a series, especially map 1. And you can see here we are having some tech difficulties, so just going to have to patiently wait for G-Men to get their 5th back into the lobby, and then we should be underway.
Little bit of some troubles here, and
as it goes with the tech
NightFiree
side of things.
I gotta ask you then, since we're on this little break, and I'm kind of coming off of a bit of a Ask Me Anything last night with the V Respawn people. How is this match living up to your expectations when you selected it to cast? Is it better than you expected?
Oh my
is it
God.
as you
I just
expected?
pick matches because I'm available, okay? It's nothing off of preference or if it's a good matchup or whatnot. I just see what's online and what I can cast, and G-Men and Animal House happen to be there. I was inclined to drop this and go Space Force Globo Cam, if you want to hear the honest opinion, just to see how Space Force would fare up against them. And I do suspect that Globo is late scheduling so that we can't get good coverage on them because they want to keep their strats secret. If you really want to get into the speculation side of things.
I mean, if this goes out in map 2, we could always try and find a password, get on in there.
No, it's fine. I have other things to be doing. I have to be sleeping early so we can prepare for other casts tomorrow, but That's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to focus and wait for G-Men to get their 5th.
NightFiree sleeps in space, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to make that. Did the teams reach out to you to let you know what was going on, NightFiree?
No, I don't know if we are in a timeout or not, but it probably is in a timeout at this point if G-Men are trying to get their 5th back.
So let me ask the man here.
We'll get the tech details to you shortly as we learn them, but we are in a bit of a holding pattern here, so just stick with us. This is a great series so far, so don't go anywhere. You're not going to want to miss when this cargo map fires up again, which hopefully will be soon.
Alright, looks like we do have everyone in the lobby and ready to up, so we should be getting back to our action here at any point in time. If you're just joining us, welcome. It's
Lied. Lost one more.
wow.
We're close.
The man is in contact with me. He's saying 1 minute.
Okay. So we will be back shortly.
So yeah, we will be back very shortly on that action, but if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. Of course, as you can probably see on your screens, you do have G-Men versus Animal House, and Animal House is winning after an impressive showing on map 1, which was bizarre. They came out, they got the first cap. It was Green Theft Auto on the Kiat building, a clutch split-second cap. Then, in the very next round, Swooty and the G-Men get another split-second save cap to answer back, putting it 3-3. On the final round, Animal House came out strong. Man, they cleaned up fast and took the round. They took map 1, and so far, they did not secure their Volk round, and we're waiting to see how they'll attack on Marsoc. But so far, they have been doing quite well and defending against a very polished G-Men team. Very handedly, in fact.
Now, we both just did the recap, so the audience can give us their preference on who they liked better. I think you might get the vote.
Yeah, but it's because I talk too much. Swooty's brought out those beautiful Swooty Ooze emotes from his own channel. All those emotes in the channel. Thank you everybody for those bits. We do appreciate those, by the way. Twitch Prime subscription. Dawkin, the main man himself, the chief. And Chiefy Weefy in the chat. It's good to see you. Hopefully be able to link up with him when we hop on up to OC6 NightFiree. Good to see that guy again, and maybe even meet the little baby Chief Pineapple. Little baby pineapples. Anyways, so yeah.
I think we can just patiently wait for these guys to get in. We don't need to keep blabbering to you guys, so we'll be back shortly once these lobbies are ready. Looks like we are going to be back here with the action. Both squads are finally ready up, so if you have been waiting around, we do appreciate it. 4-3, map 1, 0-1, 1-0 now. G-Men as Animal House go on the defensive for round number 2 of map 2. We're back. The action's back.
Is it back?
It's back.
It's back. We're back, everybody.
Ooh, and this might be interesting. Animal House using that bit of downtime to come in hot and heavy. Lots of smokes, thick on the smoke. Suppressive fire coming in. A forward position from the man. Might catch out Wicked Hex, and it does. That's one down early, but a nice refrag from Willow. He should be able to get the res there as well, so Animal House back to 5v4. As the push comes in here, one goes down. Brass finds the refrag. Green Theft's pushing in through the smokes. He gets picked off by Dr. Leo. A nade comes in and catches Zeph Lipinski. Brass to mouth rotates a one and catches another. And now it's all up to Willow in a 1v3 as he gets picked off in the trade. And G-Men and Chaos again take the round 2-0.
Man, but that almost did not go their way. They were only down to 2. And Animal House had 2 reses on the board still. So if Willow had maybe slowed up just a bit, checked his tablet, realized what was going on, they might have been able to take the man advantage and close in on that objective and secure the round. But unfortunately for them, that is not what happened. And I don't really think Willow had that option, to be fair to Willow. He was kind of stuck in a position kind of out in the open. He was going to have to cross the open in order to get to any sort of reliable cover to get those reses. So it went how it was going to go down. Animal House trying to be a little bit aggressive there on the offense. It did not work for them. G-Men going to take the round and go up 2-0 here on map 2. And very quickly as well.
Man, that was a quick push. And that was what we were expecting, honestly. They tried to send Green Theft through the smoke, and he almost got there, but those wooden crates ultimately not protective of bullets, as they did go through from Dr. Leo Marvin. And I wonder if he had just taken a bit of the longer angle to go around and try and rush inside the doorway, if he might have found a bit more success in the chaos, or if they had just put a proper smoke there to blind it out. I think he would have had the chance, because they had the chaos.
Yeah, they really did. And man, I gotta say again, the smoke placement from Animal House at the start of that round was in the center of the map, was perfect. Like, there was one kind of laying on its side to the right, there was one laying on its side to the left, then there was one a little bit further up laying in towards kind of the middle between the two, and it was just providing what would have been an effective complete wall of smoke. And then they actually took one of the back smokes and relocated it as it pushed up, and that was what allowed Green Theft Auto to rush right by Brass to Mouth. And I really thought that play was about to go somewhere, but luckily for G-Men, Zach Fontaine was sitting back there in the red container to cut that out. That was a great play, honestly, from Animal House. It just, when you make plays like that, and as a dangler, I'm very aware of the same concept. Like, when you commit to those rush plays, it either goes all right or it goes all wrong very fast. And, you take rounds that could be 6 minutes long and sacrifice them to a singular minute or even less sometimes. And you really just kind of roll the dice. You really have to lean on your team and just rely that everyone's going to be where they need to be in this push and looking in the right angles, because again, it could just go so wrong so fast. But enough of me blabbering. We're getting into it. Round number 3 on map 2. It's Cargo G-Men versus Animal House.
Early smokes coming out from Animal House, defensive to maybe get them into, not sure if forward positions, but at the very least cross the street, and that is a perfect smoke.
Yeah, it is a great smoke, in fact, and I would expect nothing less of G-Men, the calculated, meticulous G-Men.
That was an Animal House smoke.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Sorry for that. Credited to the wrong team.
Yeah, praise the Animal House. That was a great smoke from them.
Rip Sleepy.
Yeah, well, you'd think you'd root for your own team, but I guess, whatever. And here you go, that duo again, Zach Fontaine and the man. Zach using that shield to check angles. The man radios in or tells Zach anything he spots and kind of uses him as a rifle over his shoulder. A la Predator, sort of, if you really want to put it together. But see if that pays off. Green Theft forward, inside by objective. Lipinski back by objective. And everyone else kind of in deep defensive positions. On objective is the most exposed.
F. Lipinski's back here singing something. He's stopped now because some smokes were pumped by the G-Men offense. Yeah, he's calling out G-Man, and I keep calling him the G-Man. I know his name is not G-Man. The man. He even changed his name so people would stop calling him that. And yet I still do it. The man is Zach Fontaine. Again, a great rifle and shield combination duo have been called out by F. Lipinski. He's pressuring them now. And Mano is going to pick up a nice headshot on the 4-4.
Good frag there. And on the note of the shield, it's definitely doing work there to draw out Lipinski's position. So they do know he's there. And you even saw Lipinski, after taking those shots, kind of rotate off. So just taking shots like this from the shield does force moves out of Lipinski that open up holes in their defense. So they have to exploit those holes, though, effectively. Swooty and Brass to Mouth not necessarily assisting, as a nade does go up and over. A decent toss. Wicked Hex tucked in. He's safe, and Brass going to be the one that runs into something soon here. It's actually Mauno that runs into him, picking off Brass. Almost a team kill there also. Fortunately, those shots not landing, and we're into a 3v5. G-Men seem like they're not going to be able to secure every round on Cargo.
Well, boo-hoo for them. It's a shame they don't blow out Animal House on Cargo. What a shame.
This is why we both do these matches, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I mean this is why I kind of enjoy casting almost more than I enjoy being a player. But I gotta admit, I've been getting that itch to play again, NightFiree.
Wow.
But yeah, being able to watch, especially now with how the meta in the league play in general has evolved and become just incredibly high skill, it's amazing to just be able to watch like this. And Willow's going to be able to pick up Swooty as he sneaks out, and he was looking the other way. Too many angles to check at once. And poor Swooty gets his booty kapootied by Will-O-the-Wisp. And now it's Zach Fontaine and the man. Only ones left on the G-Men, and Animal House starting to get aggressive now. Mano just outside.
We here at the VRML apologize for that one, boys and girls. That was a tough one. Swooty Kapooty.
He's Kapooty like kaput.
Mauno.
Zach Fontaine. Ooh!
I thought Mauno had the angle, but Zach
did too.
Fontaine somehow managed to pick him off.
I don't got my lasers on. That's why I didn't know who's going to win that trade.
I mean, I had him on, and I even thought it was going to go in the favor of him. He definitely had eyes trained in over on Zach, but somehow Zach peeks out and catches him, and now they're rotating off. Going to circle back around, maybe through the tunnel, but wherever they go, they're going to go together. And there is no communication between these two. They just moved off of each other. Zach is following the man, and the man's trusting Zach to be there right behind him.
Well, they're communicating. They're just whispering.
Yeah, you're right. And the man using his pistol, pointing out where Willow's location is. Now they are starting to separate. And just the pistol shots alone are enough to move Willow off that spot. I wonder if he's going to try and rotate, and if Zach can catch this rotation. They are waiting for it, and the man almost expecting it as well as he decides to drop back. Catches Willow exposed, and the pistol shots coming in. Animal House now into a 3v2. 33 seconds on the clock, though. The time has been ticking down. These two have been taking their sweet time to get to objective, taking it nice and easy, and they still have utility left as two smokes come out here on objective. $15 left on the clock. It's all up to the man charging in. Green Theft able to use that urgency from G-Men and secure himself that final kill. Animal House on the board, 2-1.
Yeah, and a great closure from them, finally being able to grab their first point on the round. Now we'll see if they've got an answer for it on offense. But so far, G-Men definitely showing to have a bit of the advantage strength-wise on the map. I feel like Animal House kind of got lucky a little bit there.
Yeah, well, if anything, G-Men, I mean, that duo, you can only rely on them so much to be up against what I think it was a 1v5. As they picked off, they did get both kills when there were still 3 left alive, so they were in a 1v5. So a heavy load for 2 to go up against, even if there is a shield and rifle combo there. But yeah, we'll see if Animal House can put up something nice on the offense. Maybe try and come in for a cap here and switch the tide of things. Put G-Men on the back foot. Force them to play, I don't know, into a maybe a defensive play style and be able to abuse that. I'm not sure, but there's a lot of options for Animal House since they did take that first map.
If they capped here and went on to the next round as Volk, I would go as far as saying that Animal House would won this series. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah, we'll see. I would agree with you, just except for the fact that G-Men did manage to get that. I would agree with you. I hadn't seen that risky cap on Bazaar happen.
It's true.
But they're
Cargo's
out
a
there risking
different monster,
caps.
but
Yeah, absolutely.
we also saw G-Men win that first round of Marsoc, fresh onto the map. You know, we thought Animal House maybe trying to lean into that Volk advantage here on this map after coming off the first map victory, and you know they lost that round. So it is still very possible, but again, I only think that way if they get this cap here, and it looks like they're going for aggression.
Oh, Brass finds one. The shots are ringing out, a lot of pre-fire into these corners. The smoke forcing out a lot of LMG fire. Green Theft and Mauno able to push up and catch out the man, and they're going in for a hard and heavy push as Wicked, Green Theft, and Mauno are all up in here in the middle. Sweetie's going to try and peek around, does catch out Mauno. Brass catching out another, and 2 go down in a flash for Animal House.
Green Theft might catch 2 here. Oh no, he's about to get run over by 3 instead. Sweetie ends up finding him, 404 on the flank. He's trying to push very aggressively. Lipinski all on his own here now. Whoa. Just on the outside of the southern tunnel entrance. Sorry, northern tunnel entrance. And there it is, 404 finds the kill on Lipinski, and G-Men push themselves 1 round closer to securing map number 2 quite securely, in fact.
They are trying to do it in a hurry, too. An incredibly fast Volk round there. A little aggression, obviously, from Animal House lending into that fast round, but G-Men also pushing there at the end to finish off the round there and secure themselves a 3-1 lead. They now go on the offense. They can play this in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, for sure. And I would have said 2 seasons ago, an aggressive push onto G-Men would have been very effective at working, because they weren't at that time very good about countering those and adapting quickly enough. But now, they've been mixing it up with teams like Blaze and Danglers and SMC for season after season, who are traditionally aggressive teams who play like that. So they've learned in that time to deal with those types of pushes, and we can see that here. Animal House trying to get a bit aggressive on the Marsoc pushes on Cargo, because they do feel confident on the smaller maps, because they do usually perform well on these maps. But G-Men, with their time practiced against teams that are doing the same thing, playing the same style, not necessarily the same plays or same positions, but same style, G-Men have learned to adapt and overcome it, and they've shut it down here on Cargo against Animal House. And with that being said, we are back into our next round. It's going to be round number 5. Could be the last one. G-Men are on the attack. Animal House going to be looking to stay alive here on the map, as they are on the defense. 6 minutes will tell if series is tied going into the game decider, or if Animal House will stay alive and hopefully clean up the series.
A real good way a real good bow onto the end of this series would definitely be for this to go to the series decider, because this has been a great matchup so far. As an early pick there for G-Men, another for Brass to Mouth with all the LMG fire. Swooty pumping in, being a distraction. Another kill from Brass to Mouth, and we just can't seem to get over onto his perspective because Swooty cannot stop shooting the gun.
Yep, sorry, NightFiree, you can't use that trusty, reliable G key now. And a grenade, a beautiful one, right in front of the face of Brass to Mouth. He goes down, but the revive comes in almost immediately from Zach Fontaine. Oh, he better be careful. F. Lipinski right there, ready for the refrag, and the grenade coming back out from Brass to Mouth. No contact, however. And by the way, earlier the kill from Brass to me, that was a confirmation.
Okay.
Shot earlier, so it was good on him. I honestly didn't think he had the angle for it, so it was amazing for him to pull that off and deny that revive, because that really would have helped out Animal House here as they're looking to stay alive. F. Lipinski, though, finally does find Brass to Mouth and puts him out of his misery. He is gone and forever forgotten.
Swooty catching out Lipinski, trying to get Lipinski looking to get another kill there, but couldn't manage to catch out Swooty. Now they're into a 2v4. G-Men with 4:40 on the clock, looking good to take this to a series decider for map 3. Oh, Malno may play spoiler, though.
You got that right, and that is a heavy flank on his part. He's definitely going to find the backside of 404. Will he be able to counter anyone else? Zach Fontaine and Swooty already snap 180, looking behind them. And here it is, the shot. Swooty going to find Mano, and that's going to be it. This 1v... Oh, that was so risky to do in a 2v4 scenario.
Yeah,
So
really.
you'll find the confirmation shots. Will-O-The-Wisp now the only one left. And this is looking the way of G-Men at this point. Willow in a good position, though. He's got a lot of crossfire across the entire map. They're going to have to cross out into the open at some point. It's just going to be difficult for him because the man is there with his shield, and Zach Fontaine's not far behind. So if Willow starts firing too early, Zach Fontaine's going to pop around that corner and take the shots that need to be taken.
Oh my! They couldn't have gotten a better roll on the smokes. Just ridiculous, going opposite angles there, forcing Willow to push up to the objective here. Now he's tucked in
Zach's
right by it.
inside.
He is. The man's going to distract. Oh no! Well, I guess it doesn't matter, but the points would have been more, and that can come down. That can come down to getting you more MMR. So.
Sure can.
An opportunity missed for a cap, but it is a map win, and that's what they really needed, because they needed to take this to map number 3, which is where we're going.
It is where we're going, and I am kind of excited to see where we're going. I want to see if we are correct, NightFiree, in our assumptions of quarantine. Both of these teams, though, do play an effective quarantine, so I don't see why we wouldn't, considering, I mean, really, what else is left? Downfall's banned, Suburbia's banned.
Yeah, I was just going to say the reminder on pick bans, Downfall and Burb. So we have Tanker still as an option. We have played these close quarter ones, Cargo and Bazaar. So Tanker definitely still an option. And that is going to be our map number 3, as if I'm some clairvoyant. And I don't get to see things before they come up.
Or if it was the only other map left.
yeah. It's pretty easy to guess that third map. Like, whatever, man. It's a 50-50 chance, okay? But I got it right. I flipped the coin.
You know what, NightFiree? Honestly, that wasn't a dig to you. It was more a dig to the devs. Like, give me back all of our maps.
Yeah. I feel you on that, dude. 100%. I even take it as a dig because it really is a stupid thing to say. Of course, yeah, one of those maps is going to be picked. There's a limited map pool.
Yes, at least for now. Will be coming hashtag soon.
Can't wait. Sign me up. More
Sign us
diverse
all up.
map pool means more interesting plays.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the new map Turbine as well. Also, while we have a little bit of a moment here, thanks to Mexecutioner for that Twitch Prime subscription. Been here with us for 11 months now. Almost a year old. I gotta be honest, I would have had 13 months this month, but I used my Twitch Prime sub on NightFire's channel.
Wow.
I wanted to give him some support.
What a guy.
But you know what? I'm happy and thankful for all of you guys. I just
Spend
do
it
it
on
every now and then.
VRML, you know?
I think the last time I did it was like 6 months ago.
Okay.
Then I, OML won for like 6 months and then did it again just this month. So yeah, it's not like I do it all the time or anything. But yeah, so thanks to Executioner, and thanks to anyone else, of course, who has subscribed to the channel. Big thanks to that. Anyone who's throwing those biddies out there. Those of you who are clipping things, hint, hint, please be clipping things, because that makes our job easier doing those Respawn recap shows. Of course, big shout out to Buxton, Trip, Pink Stingray, Vivian, all the folks at Respawn and within our VRML community who've helped contribute to that stuff. That goes a long way, trust me. And hopefully we'll have some exciting stuff to bring you guys soon. And I mean, this game has been full of plays, so I'm really surprised that I haven't seen just clip after clip in that Twitch chat.
Oh, we got exciting stuff to bring them right meow. Round 1, map 3, the series decider on Tanker. Animal House going on the offensive to kick it off, and G-Men with an early flare, maybe to try and throw off the night vision a bit.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say that's an impressive use of the flare guns to be able to kind of disable or hinder the night vision users right off the bat. 404 is going to find Will-O-the-Wisp early mid-deck. Mano's going to have rushed around. This is going to be a map for Mano. He's finding one suppressor and all. He's going in, and he's already on top of the objective, but
oh no!
Oh, and that's going to be terrible. Sorry about that, folks. I did not mean to cough in your ear, but a grenade from his own team will take him down. And because of the from IK, he will be taken down by the opponents, and G-Men take down one of their own. Green Theft Auto finds Brass Mouth on the backside, and this round is going quickly.
Yeah, they are playing it hot and heavy. Lipinski catching out Swooty. They're making their moves in here now. 3 left alive to Zach Fontaine as he goes down to shots from Green Theft, and Animal House turn it up. They played it a bit slow on Cargo, and now they're coming in hot and heavy. Although they did have some fast plays as well, but maybe starting them from Marsoc is the key.
Yeah, it did not work out for them as well on Cargo, but it is working for them here on Tanker. That push very effective, and unfortunately, if it wouldn't have been for that grenade from Wicked Hex, Mano would have had the ninja cap on the objective, putting them up 2-0 here on the start. But, you know, things happen, and of course, Wicked Hex, if Mano... That's the thing, another thing about those quick rush plays. Like, you don't always have time to call things out, and if you're getting a sneak like Mano got, you don't necessarily want to either. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, right? You're going in for the cap, especially that early in the round. You snuck behind enemy lines. You use the suppressor to get your kill. Nobody's reacted off of that kill, and you're on the objective. Like, you don't have the time, and you're not going to broadcast once you're standing over the objective. Hey, I'm capping. Don't, you know.
Right. That's such a great way to come into this map, though. Animal House, you know, they are a team that has a sub right now. They're not their 5 strong, and they are known for kind of a looser play style. But they came in with, you know, with knowing where that objective would be. It was going to be upstairs. This is definitely a cappable objective, and one that when you play fast, you can definitely cap it. And to come in from a loss like that, G-Men were definitely not ready for such a quick Animal House, because they're probably anticipating a bit more of a slouchy down Animal House after losing that map. But a great way to come in. Yeah, a great way for Animal House to come in. And now G-Men are going to have to answer back as we go into round number 2, and G-Men go on the offensive.
I think it was pretty amazing how Animal House was able to kind of almost ignore the flare gun usage from G-Men as they tried to disable that night vision.
It almost worked. There was that early kill from 404. You know, he dove in, and it was looking promising for a second there, but...
And honestly, Mano just kind of ignored 404, which worked for him in the end because he manages to get us all the way up to the objective. But let's leave last round in the last round. A grenade coming out from the side of the vault.
Oh.
Far back, and everyone's safe, but a nice throw indeed. G-Men pushing their way effectively up the round. A Wicked Hex with a down, but he's going to immediately res. So that could be dangerous with the G-Men pushing their way up. Zach Fontaine and the man getting close. Brass to Mouth picking up Will-O-the-Wisp. On the objective, and Brass is there with tab out.
This smoke is perfectly placed, and Brass is here inside this crate. They don't know it, and he gets the cap. G-Men.
Brass to Mouth.
Answer back with a cap of their own and a fast push of their own. The smoke perfectly right where it needed to be to deny vision into that crate to allow Brass to sit there and punch in that code. If it wasn't there, he's probably dead from some easy shots coming in from 2-story or even bottom story there. Wow, I mean, this series, dude.
I love this new G-Men team. I love them. The pickups of Zach Fontaine,
they're more
and
risky, so it
have
seems.
been some of the best pickups. And not to say that the players that they replaced weren't good players, because Chief Pineapple is an efficient and what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent player on the team, and provided results constantly. He capped on me in Leicester when we went and had to face off against you guys. You were the reason why we ended up in the losers bracket up front. And then, of course, you were actually quite a good player. I remember back when I was still on the Great Apes and we had to play G-Man, and it was like, oh, here's NightFiree on the roster. He's actually quite a decent little shot there. He's more than just the mouth of Onward. He's a pretty decent shooter too. Back in the old days, the old poop tube.
But quite the barn burner we have here today. G-Men are, at least that's what G-Men are trying to do. They're trying to burn down that barn.
Well, they're doing it. They and Animal House both. They're holding hands, pouring gasoline while they strike the match together, because both of these teams have been playing it very well. We've had 3 caps in the game so far, 2 within the first map, and both of those back to back to one another in split-second reactions. That was some amazing stuff. And then Cargo, more about the push plays rather than the cap plays. And then here, it's all about the cap plays, failed and not. G-Men here looking to secure a 3rd point and close out the map. Try and keep the point count low for Animal House and secure a little bit of MMR for them to jump up in those standings.
Exciting to see, you know, the Gold and Diamond tier teams still experimenting with strats and still trying new things, you know, trying out aggressive pushes, trying out smoke plays. If anything, I think it's happening more than it ever has this season than we've seen it. So it's a really fun time to watch Onward, if anything.
Interesting discussion in the chat about shield overpoweredness with the laser and so on and whatnot. That's not on our minds at the moment.
We're deep in the action. Animal House already down 1 on their push, and 404 up here getting pretty dang aggressive.
He sure is. But you know what? I have a feeling it's actually going to work for him. Who's going to expect it? Not Mano, because 404 pops up and finds one. That'll allow the man to push a little bit further up the deck as well, but it's not really going to matter because Animal House is already underneath and pushed way back towards the aft section of the ship. They're ready to assault the stairs, but that's not going to be very easy, in fact.
Green Theft trying to drop back, getting blocked, and I guess after getting shot there, he's completely decommitting.
Yeah, he's like, nope, 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 nope.
He's going to go all the way back.
Wicked might actually be able to pop out and find Swooty here, but nope. Swooty going to get the headshot, leaving Green Theft all on his own, and his decision to retreat was probably a smart one because that could have easily become a double kill for Swooty.
Utility getting thrown from Green Theft. He's getting surrounded as he takes his time here. He does spot one in the window, and shots coming in. Now his location known. He's going to drop back. But I imagine G-Men are going to try and apply some pressure here as they do start to storm in towards his location.
Yeah, absolutely. They sure do. I was going to say, though, he wasn't going to be able to get very far there because 4-4 would have seen him on the push. But yeah, now he's in a full retreat, and G-Men are just on the chase. This actually might not work out for G-Men.
I know, I was just thinking that.
He pounces downstairs and is going to break off contact, so that'll work out and space things out. G-Men going to decide, okay, we're going to not chase anymore. Because, yeah, when you get into situations like that, and a lot of teams don't realize this, they're like, oh, yeah, we're up 5-1, let's go chase them down. Well, if you're not chasing them down in a coordinated fashion, like, they're just going to pick you off one at a time as you rush into them. Like, they're going to hear you coming, and if they're not making a whole bunch of noise, you're not going to necessarily know where they are. You're going to know a general direction. But for you to rush in just kind of one at a time at your own random pacing is not going to be an effective way of chasing down that 5v1 victory. You need to do it in a coordinated manner and choke them out and just suppress them into a box and let them kill themselves, basically.
2:30 on the clock, and Green Theft Scavenging is downed friendlies, tossing out the leftover utility. He's alternating between up and downstairs, which is definitely preventing G-Men from finishing off the round, but I mean, shoot, if he can quickly rotate here, come up and punch out Zach Fontaine. They definitely need to rethink and reshift, and I think that's what Swootie's doing. Oh, Swootie gets over aggressive on the downstairs, and that's a nice pickup for Green Theft. But guess what? He's not going to stick around here very long as he decides to do the same thing he just did last time shots were fired on the corner and drops back, which is the right choice since Brass to Mouth instantly subbed in for Swootie's body there and his position watching the stairs. Minute 20 now on the clock.
Yeah, at this point, I think Green Theft Auto is going to run out of time, and if he doesn't run out of time, he's going to run himself into a situation of...
Index support in the Onward, folks. You can do the middle finger.
And he's not going to have to worry about running out of time as 404 finds the kill, secures G-Men their third point, and, well, gives them the advantage to securing the series. If you're able to win this next Marsoc round, it is over.
That's not an easy objective to take. If they're gonna get it,
no, it's not. It's not. You're absolutely right.
If they're gonna get it, it's gonna have to be on kills, potentially on Animal House being over aggressive, if anything. As long as Animal House stays tight, defends the objective, uses those windows to peek and catch out anybody, and then check the open doorways. They can hold.
It's series point for Animal House. You need to realize that. If they don't realize that and play accordingly, it's gonna go out the way of G-Men. And they may hate me and they may come back and snap back at me and say, "Oh, well, we're gonna play our style." Well, and that's fine. But if your style is just statistically not going to work, then there's something that needs to be adjusted. But in this situation, when the game is on the line, the MMR, the placement, the movement is all on the line here in map 3, and they're on match point. You gotta play it safe on your defensive rounds. You just have to.
They are taking their time at the very least to prepare for this next round, using all minute and a half between each round. So hashing out some sort of strategy that they're hoping that will throw off G-Men. Or G-Men are trying to concoct some sort of... I mean, I guess the thing I can think of as best to use is that shield rifle combo to try and come up from the stairs.
Beep, beep, beep. Yeah, that would actually be very effective there in the back stairs. Because I've really found that unless you kind of assault it all out on the top, going through the top really just doesn't ever seem to work. But then again, putting all your forces downstairs to end up bottlenecking in that one stairwell at the back also doesn't work. So you do have to have a nice mix of both and a good coordination to really attack this objective effectively if you're not going to blitzkrieg it and just go straight in all out badass gunslingers.
And that is what's happening. The man and Zach Fontaine instantly go downstairs, everybody else upstairs. But they're not going fast at all. They're making sure Animal House isn't playing anything quick. And I mean, this is series point for G-Men as well. So they also are probably going to play this one a little bit conservatively, making sure they're checking all their angles. Definitely slow playing this round.
Thing is, for G-Men though, they could have went for a more aggressive play here. They could have sacrificed a round. They've got 2 to give away, and it's not like Animal House is going to get 2 points here on defense. So they realistically, if they wanted to try and do something and maybe go for that aggression. They could have without too much of a worry because they've got a round they could give away and then just go to defense and win it. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't surprise me either to see G-Men playing it all methodically and just doing their thing, pushing slowly and surely up to the objective. Wicked Hex here behind Brass the Mouth, and Brass the Mouth is going to be given a call out. Sorry, Nightfire, I tried to save it and jumped.
Nope, he sure didn't. Wicked Hex does catch Brass, though, and yeah, he's a bit behind. I mean, he's behind enemy lines.
Good flank. Yeah, good flank going for him. Swooty's going to react and go for the peek, but Wicked's going to already have left the area and already going to be about halfway around behind him, and Green Theft's going to come up and sneak him in that time. Already things not looking good for the G-Men as Animal House kill each other downstairs.
Two getting aggressive threw off Animal House there, but it is what they needed as they do put G-Men down into a 3v4 now. It was a 3v5 and an unfortunate confirmed team kill for Animal House there. Now, can they hear Lipinski above them? I think they can.
Running?
Yeah.
Yeah, they should be able to. Yeah.
Probably why they are crouching, because they don't want to get.
No, that's one thing that I felt has been a little bit odd about Onward in the sense of how it goes towards the sense of simulation and realism. You know, on this ship, obviously, you would be able to hear people like
clunk,
running
clunk,
on the
clunk,
floors
clunk,
above you,
yeah.
right? Like, jump, right? But in like a building that has like concrete floors that are 6 inches to 8 inches thick, you're not going to necessarily hear someone running on the floor above you or tiptoeing around. So, I mean, there's some sound design issues, but you know, that's being nitpicky if I'm got to be honest. And a grenade comes out from the man, and it takes down Will-O-the-Wisp with some nice cooking. The chef, the man in the building here, perfectly cooked grenades all day. The chef. That's what he should be called, you're right. But it is going to be tough for them from here because two men watching the stairs. Oh, and Mano tries a grenade flash downstairs. It doesn't work.
He's stuck.
Pinsky finds one, but he gets refragged by Zach. Mano's going to be looking to come back in. He'll find 404 on the refrag. The man, no, not going to be effective. Zach Fontaine.
What's happening?
He got the knife kill. He got the knife kill, Nightfire, because Zach did not see him. Oh
wow,
my God.
The chaos in the stairs. An Animal House hanging on to what was looking like a very good push from G-Men, utilizing that shield like we were anticipating to come up the stairs there. Just doesn't quite pay off. And we are still in this series decider as Animal House now go on the offensive with a chance to take the map if they can get a cap in here.
Yeah, and the objective is going to move to downstairs in that cargo hold, so it's definitely an objective we've seen capped before. It is the most difficult, in my opinion. I know this one that we just left in the back in the radio communications room is pretty difficult, but in my opinion, this one is the toughest to cap because most defenders are downstairs. You know, at least 3 of them are typically sitting in that main room watching various angles of entry because there's only 3 doorways into this room, and if you can cover those effectively, you really can't be stopped here. I'm sorry, I know there are 4 entries into this room, but
when you were saying earlier that if G-Men they have the ability to lose that round that they just did, my thought was that the available spawns are not very advantageous to them, because if they do somehow lose this kill trading fest that is likely to go on underground here, they then have to go into another kill trading fest to try and get the win up against Animal House on the defense. And in conversely, they also would have had the objective upstairs, which is equally as chaotic. So I feel like we're really at a 50-50 toss here right now, as if Animal House can come back or if G-Men are going to hold on.
I will say I think Animal House is more experienced on this map. I don't think G-Men prefer it per se in competitive play. They don't shy away from it at all. They won't ban it necessarily, except for maybe against danglers, but they don't strike me as well versed on the map either. I mean, they're doing well here. Obviously, they're able to play the map and can make plays on it. But I think Animal House, in my opinion, has the advantage experience-wise on it. But I think Animal House would have done more benefit from this upstairs objective here in the center and not the downstairs one. So I still think G-Men have got this one.
Impressive fire, allowing Willow and Green Theft to get up into that forward pushing L, but they don't have any shields available here, so they are just going to be going into a straight-up firefight trading with either 404 or Swooty on the corner here, and 404 has a bit more cover. They do decide to challenge and peek. Green Theft going to drop back and rotate around to Zach, who was waiting on the stairs and catches out the early rotation. Mano able to catch out Brass trying to rotate. We have that trade of 1 for 1, keeping things even, 50-50. Ooh, a smoke there for Willow does get him up into cover, so now he has the advantage on this peak here. Should be able to fight the man as he tries to challenge him on the corner. Swooty should be dropping back as Willow pushes forward. Swooty challenges, and here comes the push from Lipinski, catching out Zach Fontaine on the corner. So again, 1 for 1, 3-3 as we go into 4.5 minutes on the clock, and Wicked Hex is already pushing on the flank.
He sure is, but he took shots, so he gave away his position. Swooty now already aware of the position. Frag's gonna go back. Nope, that's a flash maybe. Yeah, flash grenade gonna hold up Wicked, but F. Lipinski's gonna find 404 in a trade. 404 goes down, but the res comes in from the man. It's a 2v2 again. And the Wicked Hex and the man trade now. 404 will finish off Wicked Hex and res the man.
Oh no. Are they out of...
Nope. He can't reach it. There we go.
Okay.
He got it.
Whoa, the play space.
A little bit of clunky play space action going on.
Jeez.
Wow, that was a tense moment there. But fortunately for them, the remaining member of Animal House, Mano, has not pushed on them yet. So, matter of fact, I don't even know where he is. Oh, he's in the back. There he is. He's in the back hallway downstairs.
3.5 on the clock. No res is available for either side, so we're bound into this 1v2. All up to Mano and how he approaches this.
It's going to be tough. He's going to have to rely on utility usage, in my opinion, to get inside this room. He's going to need a flashbang to be able to blind the man, or else he's never going to make it through the hallway. And then it's going to be a matter of cover maintenance and utilizing maybe some funky angles to try and find a hole to get 404, because as soon as he manages to frag the man, 404 is going to react immediately.
You can see Prone here trying to peek this corner, limiting exposure of his body as he turns his body to the side. Making sure that his prone body doesn't try and zip behind him, exposing himself there, and so he's keeping the tightest angle he can.
And that's another thing it's something that, you know, those players with a lot of hours have learned over the years to do, is kind of manage that IK, and recently that's become a little bit more difficult as that's changed. So the way it reacts to different positioning of your body has also required a little bit of change in order to manipulate yourself in those fashions, like Mano is here, trying to, you know, keep himself from exposing too much. But right now it's looking like that IK is actually not helping him out very much. A few extra pieces, his foot's kind of hanging out there next to his head. He's doing a little bit of yoga. Yeah, time just ticking away. We just passed the 2-minute mark here. Mano, the last remaining member of the Animal House, and in fact, I do believe he's a sub, so the bench coming in to close out the deal. He's really hoping someone's going to rotate, I think, but it's just not going to happen. The G-Men settled into their positions. Smoke coming out. The man could react here. Yeah, the pin comes out, and the man rushes, finds Mano, and G-Men secure map number 3 and the series, taking Tanker from Animal House.
Not sure on the double smoke exposed in the lane decision there to end that push. If you're gonna,
it was a bold move.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely went for it, but a nice push out from G-Men does get them that final round. And man, what a great series to tune into tonight on Friday. Animal House and G-Men just duking it out nonstop. Every map was quite a fun time watching.
Yeah, it really was. And I like I said at the beginning of map 1, when things kind of just started, when they started exchanging haymakers, I was really surprised with Animal House. I mean, they're a great team, and I've known them to be a great team. They're very experienced, but with the way G-Men had been playing lately, I really didn't expect as much of a barn burner as what we got. And so, you know, even though Animal House does lose the series, kudos to them. They played a fantastic game. A few mistakes ended up costing them the series, and that's okay, because, you know, they thought it would work, and, well, G-Men were just ready for it. So congratulations to G-Men, commiserations to Animal House, but again, kudos for an excellent game. NightFiree, those were some impressive plays pulled out on both sides. I'm really happy we picked this one up. And kind of a closet barn burner, right? Like, looking at it, you wouldn't have expected, like, oh, 2 fantastic cap-to-cap, back-to-back plays, and then going to a series decider in map 3, you really wouldn't have guessed it just looking at it on the site. So what a way to spend a Friday night.
Yeah, great cast. Glad we could deliver it to you. I think that's going to be it from us here on the Onward VR Master League. If you want to catch more, head on over to vrmasterleague.com/onward or / any other of the games that we do support, like Final Assault, Contractors, or Pavlov. You can always get involved in other leagues if interested. And as Sleepy mentioned earlier, we do have the Final Assault Season 1 finales going on tomorrow over on the Final Assault VRML channel. So if you do want to check out what an RTS is looking like, I do recommend peeping in there and getting a look. It's going to get PSVR support soon at first, and that's going to definitely ramp up the player base. So think about it if you want to get involved. You have a little bit of an off-season time to do it, but just check it out. And
well, I mean, yeah, I mean, even if you don't care so much about RTS games, but just want to come out and support VRML, because we are bigger than just Onward, folks. I know a lot of us in the community don't like to acknowledge games that aren't Onward, and, you know, that's fine. We appreciate that.
We don't do it
passion,
often, but we're at the finals for this one, so it's why you might not be seeing as much coverage in Onward.
And you never know as well, you know, like NightFiree said, if you're interested in seeing what an RTS competitively in VR looks like, it's worth stopping by and checking it out. And who knows, maybe you'll be interested and want to kind of start a team of your own for your own respective team, you know, G-Man or Animal House or yada, yada, yada. So, because there are a few Onward players that are currently in that final. I think Naoko from Blaze is currently set up to be in the semis and finals tomorrow, and he's actually quite good. So it's definitely something worth checking out and supporting the VRML in another fashion. But yeah.
I think that's going to be it for us. My name is NightFiree with 2 E's. My co-caster Sleepy with 2 3s. I almost said I had 2 3s and you had 2 E's, but that's just not true, as we all know.
We can switch it up one day if you want.
One day we might. That's going to be it from us. Hope everybody enjoyed the match. We'll see you probably this weekend with more Onward and obviously Final Assault. Bye-bye.